Hello! In this video, we are going to prove the following theorem. For all real numbers a and b, the absolute value of a plus b is less than or equal to the absolute value of a plus the absolute value of b. Now, in proving this theorem, we are going to rely on two preliminary results. Here's the first one. For all real numbers a and c, the absolute value of a is less than or equal to c if and only if the negative c is less than or equal to a is less than or equal to c. And here's our second one. For all real numbers a, the negative of the absolute value of a is less than or equal to a, which is less than or equal to the absolute value of a. Okay, now let's get into proving the theorem. Now to start out, since we're trying to prove a statement about every two real numbers, give me any two real numbers. I'll call them a and b. From here, we want to show that this is true. And to start out, we can apply lemma 2, right? We know that the negative of the absolute value of a is less than or equal to a, which is less than or equal to the absolute value of a. And applying lemma 2 again, we have that the negative of the absolute value of b is less than or equal to b, which is less than or equal to the absolute value of b. Now, if we focus on these two inequalities, it follows from properties of inequalities that a plus b must be less than or equal to the absolute value of a plus the absolute value of b. And similarly, if we focus on these two inequalities, we have that the negative of the absolute value of a plus the negative of the absolute value of b must be less than or equal to a plus b. Now, we can take this and factor out a negative, so that we get the negative of absolute value of a plus absolute value of b. And we know that a plus b is less than or equal to absolute value of a plus absolute value of b. And now, we're going to use this fact to apply lemma 1, right? If we take capital A to be a plus b, and capital C to be absolute value of a plus absolute value of b, we see that the negative capital C is less than or equal to capital A, which is less than or equal to capital C. So, since this is true, we have by lemma 1 that this must be true. In other words, we have that the absolute value of a plus b is less than or equal to absolute value of a plus absolute value of b. And this is exactly what we wanted to show. So, given any two real numbers a and b, this is true. And that's exactly what we wanted to prove. So this completes the proof. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for this video.